Hey there, welcome to Daily Sage Insights. I'm so glad you've joined me today. Here we dive deep into life lessons, timeless wisdom, and everyday insights to help us reflect, grow, and live more meaningfully. Now, I want you to take a deep breath with me, because today we're going to talk about something that impacts all of us: social media comparison and its effect on self-esteem. I know this is something we've all experienced, especially in the age of Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. It feels like we're constantly measuring our lives against others, their vacations, their achievements, their perfect families. And the more we scroll, the more we might feel like we're not measuring up. It's like a never-ending cycle of comparison that often leaves us feeling small, anxious, and sometimes even lost. But I want you to stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'm going to share the one thing that can break this cycle of comparison for good. Trust me, it's powerful, and it might just be the most transformative thing you'll hear today. Now let's take a step back. Think about it. Have you ever looked at someone's Instagram post and suddenly felt like you're behind in life? Maybe they've got a new job, a beautiful house, or they're traveling to a place you've always dreamed of. It's so easy to fall into this trap, and believe me, you're not alone. So today, we're going to explore the harmful effects of comparison and how we can start breaking free from it, using insights from ancient philosophers, psychologists, and everyday experiences. And of course, I'll share practical tips you can use right now to protect your self-esteem. Stick around, because the last idea I'll share is the one that has the power to transform how you view yourself and your life. Let's start with the basics. Why do we compare ourselves to others in the first place? The truth is, social media often feels like a stage where we're all putting on our best performances. But we need to remind ourselves that what we see on social media is a highlight reel, not the full story. Think about it. How many times have you scrolled through your feed and seen someone's picture-perfect vacation or their beautiful family holiday? It looks so effortless. But behind that one picture, there's a lot more. The moments they didn't post, the struggles, the challenges. Yet, our minds tend to skip over that reality. We don't see their bad days. We don't see the effort they put in behind the scenes. But somehow, we still end up thinking their lives are better than ours. We allow these curated glimpses to define our worth. This is what I call the invisible war of comparison. It's like we're constantly fighting an enemy we can't see, but it's there, affecting how we feel about ourselves. To help understand this better, let's take a look at some timeless wisdom. Think of Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, who said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This isn't about money, of course. Epictetus was talking about desire and how our constant wanting of things, or in our case, comparing ourselves to others, can keep us from finding peace. Social media shows us what others have, what others are doing, and what others have achieved. But what if we stopped wanting to live their lives and started appreciating the life we already have? Let's dive a little deeper into what the ancient philosophers have to say about comparison. Aristotle, one of the greatest minds in philosophy, teaches us something profound. Happiness doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from living a life of virtue rooted in wisdom and balance. Aristotle called this achieving eudaimonia, or flourishing. In modern terms, it's the idea of being the best version of yourself, not trying to be someone else. When we compare ourselves to others, we're chasing someone else's version of happiness. But true happiness comes from understanding who we are and what we value. Take a moment and reflect on this. How much of your time online is spent scrolling and wishing you had what others have? What if instead of scrolling, you reflected on what's already working in your life? This doesn't mean you shouldn't strive for personal growth, but it does mean that you should grow on your own terms based on your values, not on the highlight reel of someone else's life. And what about Jean-Paul Sartre, the existentialist philosopher who famously said, "Hell is other people"? Now, this doesn't mean people are inherently bad, but Sartre was pointing out that we often define ourselves by the opinions of others. Social media makes this even worse. We're constantly measuring ourselves against the opinions and lives of others, which can make us feel small and disconnected. But true freedom, Sartre argues, comes from not letting others dictate who we are. So, why does this comparison happen? It's almost like our brains are wired for it. In psychology, there's a concept known as social comparison theory. It basically says that we have an innate need to compare ourselves to others to evaluate how we're doing in life. It's natural, but it can be dangerous if it becomes the lens through which we view ourselves. Here's the catch. When we constantly compare, we're rarely comparing ourselves to those who are truly better than us. Instead, we compare ourselves to idealized versions of others, versions of people who are often curating their lives online to show the best parts. For example, think about the influencers who seem to be living their dream lives. It's easy to feel like you're behind. But what we don't always realize is that these people are often showing us their best moments, their most successful moments. This isn't a complete picture of their lives. They too struggle with challenges, fears, and insecurities. Now that we've explored why comparison happens and the damage it can cause, let's talk about how to break free from it. The first step is awareness. The moment you notice yourself comparing, take a pause. Notice the thoughts that come up. Are they helping you? Are they true? The truth is, we often base our comparisons on assumptions, not facts. When you catch yourself, try to step back and evaluate. Is what I'm thinking real, or is it just a feeling? Another powerful tool is gratitude. Instead of focusing on what others have, reflect on what you have. A simple daily practice of gratitude can change the way you see yourself. You could start by listing 3 things you're thankful for each day. This can help shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Then there's mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches us to be present. When we focus on the present moment, we stop worrying about the past or the future, and we stop measuring ourselves against others. Instead, we accept ourselves and where we are right now. This practice takes time, but it's one of the most powerful tools for self-reflection. And lastly, self-compassion is key. Be kind to yourself. The world is already full of comparisons and judgments. You don't need to add to that by being harsh on yourself. Treat yourself the way you would treat a close friend, with understanding and support. Now, as we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with one final idea, and this is the one I believe is the most powerful. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." What if we stopped letting others' achievements, posts, and pictures dictate how we feel about ourselves? What if we focused instead on the quality of our own thoughts, our own values, our own purpose, and our own journey? By doing so, we stop comparing ourselves to others and start living for ourselves. The more you change the way you think about yourself, the less you'll need to measure your worth based on others. Thank you so much for joining me today on Daily Sage Insights. I hope today's video has given you a deeper understanding of how social media comparison affects our self-esteem and how we can break free from it. If you found value in this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more life-changing wisdom. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How do you handle comparison in your own life? What steps are you taking to protect your self-esteem? Let's start a conversation. Remember, you are enough. Start living for you and not for others. I'll see you in the next video.